There's no shame in failing. The shame is in not giving things your best shot. You will have bad times, but they will always wake you up to the stuff you weren't paying attention to. What's right is what's left if you do everything else wrong. You're only given a little spark of madness. You mustn't lose it. No matter what people tell you, words and ideas can change the world. I think the saddest people always try their hardest to make people happy because they know what it's like to feel absolutely worthless, and they don't want anyone else to feel like that. Sometimes you can have a whole lifetime in a day and never notice that this is as beautiful as it gets. You must strive to find your own voice, because the longer you wait to begin, the less likely you are to find it at all. The human spirit is more powerful than any drug, and that is what needs to be nourished. Comedy is acting out optimism. There is still a lot to learn, and there is always great stuff out there. I used to think the worst thing in life was to end up all alone. It's not. The worst thing in life is to end up with people that make you feel all alone. Good people end up in hell because they can't forgive themselves. You treat a disease, you win, you lose. You treat a person, I guarantee you'll win, no matter what the outcome. Reality is just a crutch for people who can't cope with drugs. Our job is improving the quality of life, not just delaying death. Real loss is only possible when you love something more than you love yourself. Sometimes over things that I did, I have no idea why. It's not about concept, it's about honesty. You know what music is? God's little reminder that there's something else besides us in this universe. Harmonious connection between living beings everywhere. I try to make sense of things, which is why, I guess, I believe in destiny. There must be a reason that I am as I am. There must be. Everyone you meet is fighting a battle you know absolutely nothing about. Be kind. Always. I don't know how much value I have in this universe, but I do know I made a few people happier than they would have been without me. And as long as I know that, I'm as rich as I ever need to be. What some folks call impossible is just stuff they haven't seen before. Seize the day. There's a world out there. Open a window, and it's there. Spring is nature's way of saying, let's party. Never pick a fight with an ugly person. They've got nothing to lose. I always thought the idea of education was to learn to think for yourself. Sometimes you got to specifically go out of your way to get into trouble. It's called fun. My children give me a great sense of wonder, just to see them develop into these extraordinary human beings. People say satire is dead. It's not dead. It's alive and living in the White House. Death is nature's way of saying, your table is ready. Laughing is a natural medicine, but not everyone gets the prescription. Don't associate your self-worth with your success. or you'll end up talking to yourself in the mirror. Sometimes, standing for what you believe means standing alone. Let your smile change the world, but don't let the world change your smile. I always thought that laughter in the face of reality was brave. Loneliness is not being alone, it's loving others to no avail. The only weapon we have is comedy. I think it's great to be flawed. I am hugely flawed, and I like it this way. It's a wonderful thing to be optimistic. It keeps you healthy, and it keeps you resilient. You see things as they are and ask, why? I dream things that never were and ask, why not? For a while you get mad, then you get over it. Beliefs are neat. Cherish them, but don't share them like they're the truth. The human spirit is more powerful than any drug, and that's what needs to be nurtured. Self-reliance is the key to a vigorous life. A man must look inward to find his own answers. Your worst enemy is your own inner perception, your angst, your anxiety, your darkness. There's a time for daring, and there's a time for caution, and a wise man understands which is called for. I believe people should know what you stand for, and not just what you stand against. When you lose your laugh, you lose your footing. Cultivate your life like a garden, knowing the seasons change, but each brings its own fruit. Being alone is not the same as being lonely. It's a time to enjoy your own company. Facing your fears robs them of their power. The worst thing is not failing, but being too afraid to even try. Remember, happiness is a way of travel, not a destination. Even if you're on the right track, you'll get run over if you just sit there. The things we fear the most have already happened to us. Keep a warm heart in a cold world. Sometimes the right path is not the easiest one. Step outside of your comfort zone and into your potential. You can't undo the past, but you can certainly not repeat it. Improvise. Life is not scripted. Treat everyone you meet as if they are God in drag. Humor is an antidote to all ills. Passion is the engine that drives us to do great things. Risk being seen in all of your glory. Whatever you do in life, surround yourself with smart people who'll argue with you. Be the best version of yourself, not the second best version of someone else. It's not about how much you do, but how much love you put into what you do that counts.